have the pleasure of presenting to you the graduating class of 2026. Please welcome the graduates as they march into the hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the academic procession. Please be seated. Dear Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Abdul Razak Dawood, Rector, Mr. Shahid Hussain, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ali Chima, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the Management Committee, faculty members, staff, and parents. Thank you all for joining us today. Dear graduates of 2026, as the Registrar LUMS, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you today. I believe I speak for everyone when I say that the university is delighted at the opportunity to celebrate your achievements, and this event today is the acknowledgement how proud we are of all of you. I now request the Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Abdul Razak Dawood, to give permission to open the second session of the 38th Convocation of the Lahore University of Management Sciences.
I declare the second ceremony of the 38th Convocation of Lahore University of Management Sciences open.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul Razak Dawood. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. I now request Yusuf Abrar, President of LUMS Religious Society, to recite a few verses from the Holy Quran. Yusuf Abrar.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال أفرأيتم ما كنتم تعبدون أنتم وآباؤكم الأقدمون فإنهم عدو لي إلا رب العالمين الذي خلقني فهو يهدين والذي هو يطعمني ويسقين وإذا مرضت فهو يشفين والذي يميتني ثم يحيين والذي أطمع أن يغفر لي خطيئتي يوم الدين رب هب لي حكما وألحقني بالصالحين واجعل لي لسان صدق في الآخرين واجعلني من ورثة جنة النعيم واغفر لأبي إنه كان من الضالين ولا تخزني يوم يبعثون يوم لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم صدق الله العظيم. And Prophet Abraham said, "Then do you see what you have been worshipping, you and your ancient forefathers? Indeed, they are enemies to me, except the Lord of the worlds, who created me, and it is He who guides me. And it is He who feeds me and gives me drink. And when I am ill, it is He who cures me, and who will cause me to die and then bring me to life, and who I aspire that He will forgive me my sin on the day of recompense." And he said, "My Lord, grant me authority and join me with the righteous, and grant me a mention of honor among later generations, and place me among the inheritors of the garden of pleasure, and forgive my father. Indeed, he has been of those astray. And do not disgrace me on the day they are all resurrected, the day when there will not benefit anyone, wealth or children, but only one who comes to Allah with a sound heart."
Jazakallah. I now request Dr. Ali Chima, Vice Chancellor LUMS, to address the convocation.
To everyone gathered here today to celebrate the class of 2026, Assalamu alaikum and welcome. Members of the class of 2026, today marks a significant milestone in your journey. It is a day to celebrate your achievements and to acknowledge the families, friends, teachers, and mentors whose encouragement, sacrifices, and unwavering support made this moment possible. In a few minutes, we will confer your degrees, hear from our valedictorian, and have the privilege of listening to our distinguished speaker. Yours is a historic convocation. This year, LUMS celebrates its 40th anniversary, while our founder, Sayyid Babar Ali, celebrates his 100th birthday. These milestones provide an opportunity to reflect on the remarkable journey of this institution. I joined LUMS 27 years ago as a fresh PhD from Cambridge. At that time, the university was very different. We had just over 20 PhD faculty members, a student body that numbered in the hundreds, and much of what you see around you today had yet to be built. Today, we are a community of more than 230 PhD faculty and nearly 6,500 students. But the real story of LUMS is not just how much it's grown, but the institution it has become. LUMS began with a short note written in 1983 by Sayyid Babar Ali, proposing a management school for Pakistan. From this modern beginning emerged a comprehensive university with 5 schools and a mission that combines outstanding teaching with a commitment to research. It is an institution that has come to transform higher education in Pakistan. Its MBA program transformed classroom pedagogy by introducing the Socratic method, where professors guided students to learn through questioning, debating, and thinking critically together. Its undergraduate program fundamentally changed higher education by replacing the traditional 2-year bachelor's degree with a 4-year honors program that has since become the national and regional standard. It placed the liberal arts at its center, encouraging students to question assumptions, think critically, and develop as whole individuals where intellect, imagination, and character come together. Our science program broke down the traditional boundaries between science and engineering. Our law program embedded a strong liberal arts foundation. These were transformative innovations in Pakistan's educational landscape. Those of us who came of age in the 1980s remember how limited higher education opportunities once were. LUMS fundamentally changed the scope of opportunity for generations of young Pakistanis. It did so because its founders had a larger ambition. They believed that Pakistan deserved an institution of excellence that invested not simply in buildings or program, but in people. They were joined by many of Pakistan's brightest scholars who returned from leading universities around the world to build an institution that would create a more expansive future for generations to come. That commitment to serving the nation through institution building remains one of LUMS's greatest legacies. Indeed, the founders captured this commitment in LUMS's original mission. Even then, they emphasized that LUMS was not in the business of producing MBAs, but in the business of cultivating people who would go on to create a culture of excellence and change the way society is run. 4 decades later, our alumni are perhaps the strongest testament to this vision. They have distinguished themselves not only in business and entrepreneurship, but also in public service, government, education, research, the arts, and the not-for-profit sector. They remind us that success is measured not only by professional achievement, but also by service to society. As Vice Chancellor, one of my greatest privileges has been to witness another defining quality of our alumni community: their ethos of mentoring younger graduates, giving back to support our student community, and stepping forward whenever help is needed. This spirit reflects one of the finest traditions of the university. You are about to join this remarkable community, and I have no doubt that it will enrich your lives as you, in turn, will enrich it. As we celebrate 40 years of LUMS, it is worth remembering that institutions are ultimately judged by the people they send into the world. So let me leave you with 3 questions. How will you use your education? How will you change convention? How will you contribute to making our society more just, prosperous, and compassionate? The first dean of LUMS, Jim Erskine, captured this sentiment beautifully in the university's very first convocation. He spoke of 2 companions who had shaped every student's journey: fate and circumstance. As Jim reminded the first graduating class, fate brought you here. Of the many paths your life could have taken, this is the one that brought you to LUMS. And circumstance gave you the opportunity to grow, to stretch your minds, to challenge your assumptions, and to become different people from those who first arrived on this campus. Through these words, Jim offered a profound insight into the purpose of a university. Its role is not simply to confer degrees, but to help people realize their potential. As you leave LUMS today, I hope you will carry that purpose forward by realizing your own potential, helping others discover theirs, and expanding opportunities for generations to come. While Jim spoke of two companions, I would like to leave you with a third, hope. You are graduating into an unsettled world, one marked by conflict, division, and uncertainty. And it would be entirely understandable if you feel anxious, pessimistic, and even angry. But history reminds us that progress has never been linear. Every generation that aspired to build a more just and compassionate society faced moments of darkness. Hope was the force that gave them courage and resilience to persevere. And it is important that you don't allow the forces of hatred, division, and disruption to rob you of it. In the words of the iconic Urdu poet Faiz Ahmed Faiz, Dil na umeed to nahi, naakaam hi to hai, lambi hai gham ki sham magar sham hi to hai. Congratulations, class of 2026. We're immensely proud of you and wish you Godspeed. Now it's my pleasure to introduce your valedictorian, Hiba Humayun, a BSc student in Accounting and Finance at the Suleman Dawood School of Business. During her time at LUMS, Hiba combined academic excellence with entrepreneurship, co-founding and managing the Vanguard's Academy. The experience gave her hands-on experience in leadership, teaching, operations, financial management, and mentoring students. She also earned a merit scholarship, which she maintained until graduation by consistently remaining among the top-performing students at SDSB. Beyond academics, Hiba pursued research and community engagement that broadened her perspective on the purpose of education. She arrived at LUMS believing success was an individual pursuit. She says she leaves understanding that achievement is made possible by communities and that education brings with it a responsibility to contribute to the life of others. Please join me in congratulating Hiba and welcoming her to the podium. Thank you.
Distinguished faculty, honored guests, proud parents, and my dear class of 2026, Assalamu alaikum. I'm deeply honored and humbled to be standing here today, representing a class filled with some of the brightest minds, kindest hearts, and the most resilient souls I've had the privilege of knowing. As I reflected on what I wanted to say today, I realized that this speech is not merely about graduation. It is about a journey that for me can be understood in 4 chapters. My life before coming to LUMS, life at LUMS, who LUMS helped us become, and what we choose to carry forward. Before I begin, however, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whose countless blessings made this moment possible. Today belongs not just to us, but also to others who carried us here. To our parents and our families, whose sacrifices often went unseen. To our teachers and our mentors, who believed in us before we believed in ourselves. To our friends, who celebrated our successes and reminded us to keep going through every failures. And to every member of the LUMS and MBM staff, whose dedication transformed this campus into a place we proudly call our home. Personally, I owe an immeasurable debt to my parents, whose unwavering faith in me became the foundation upon which every achievement was built. And to thank my siblings, Aisha Siddiqa, Adil Ghazanfar, and Mutiur Rahman, who did everything they did to see me succeed. So now moving to the first chapter, my life before coming to LUMS. चले 4 साल पहले चलते हैं. I was done with my A-levels, high in passion, dreams of reaching mountains, yet not sure if I would be able to achieve what I dreamt. LUMS में apply भी कर दिया था, acceptance भी आ गई थी, I was over the moon. But when I saw the fee structure, I told my father that maybe it's not fit for me. particularly at a time when we had a recent setback in our business and were struggling to re-establish. But as a proud daughter, I can quote my father saying, "लम्स में पढ़ाई से बेहतर कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं और मेरी बेटी की पढ़ाई के आगे सब छोटा है." यही वो हिम्मत और हौसला है जिसकी वजह से टुडे आई एम स्टैंडिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ ऑल ऑफ यू. Looking back today, I realize he did not just invest in a degree. He invested in a possibility. Now comes the second chapter, the memories we made at LUMS. कभी जो खोखे पे दोस्तों के साथ हम मुस्कुरा देते थे, यूं तो हमारे दोस्त भी हमें रुला देते थे, पर जिंदगी नामुकम्मल सी है इन चेहरों के बगैर, खिलते रहे इनके बागों में फूल सदा, दिल से हम सबको यही दुआ देते हैं. और फिर हमारी अपनी लम्स की कहानियाँ, क्रिकेट ग्राउंड में देर तक बैठना, SDSB DRs में सर रज़ी का लॉजिक का प्रोजेक्ट करना, सर अंजुम से टाइम की पंक्चुअलिटी पर डांट खाना, एग्ज़ाम वीक्स में कॉफ़ी को ही खाना समझ लेना. उस वक्त शायद हम सबको ये रूटीन लगती थी. आज एहसास होता है कि इन्हीं छोटी छोटी यादों ने हमें सिर्फ ग्रेजुएट्स नहीं बल्कि बेहतर इंसान बनाया है. And here comes the third chapter, the evolution we will forever be indebted to LUMS for. Our life at LUMS, and particularly at SDSB, passed on with all the positive things our teachers and our parents guided us with. But above all, this experience altogether taught us something far more valuable than solving business cases or winning arguments. It taught us that wisdom lies not only in knowing how to speak, but also in knowing how to listen. It taught us that true leadership is not always standing ahead of others. It is standing beside someone when they are struggling to stand on their own. और याद रहे कि जो अकेले खड़े होते हैं वो भी पहाड़ फतह कर लेते हैं, मगर जो साथ खड़े होते हैं वो दिल फतह करते हैं. और शायद इसीलिए आज मैं सिर्फ उन लोगों को सेलिब्रेट नहीं करना चाहती जिनके नाम ऑनर लिस्ट पर हैं. आई वॉन्ट टू सेलिब्रेट एवरीवन जिनकी शायद मेहनत नज़र नहीं आई, वो जो पढ़ाई के साथ काम करते रहे, वो जो घर की जिम्मेदारियां निभाते रहे, एग्ज़ाम्स के दरमियान अपनी जगह बनाते रहे, वो जो खामोशी से स्ट्रगल करते रहे, खुद पर शक भी हुआ लेकिन फिर भी हर रोज़ उठ के आते रहे. आज की ये डिग्री सिर्फ एक्सीलेंस की नहीं है, रेजिलियंस की भी सेलिब्रेशन है. और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आज हर वो स्टूडेंट अपनी जीत महसूस करे जिसने कभी सोचा था कि शायद वो यहाँ तक ना पहुँच पाए. And over to the final chapter, what we carry forward. There's one thing I feel deeply about, and I hope every graduate sitting here will resonate with it. That LUMS is a place where students come from every corner of Pakistan and from vastly different backgrounds. Yet, once we enter the gates, we are not known by where we came from, but by the community we become part of. Whether someone arrived here through financial support, scholarships, or privilege, this campus teaches us that dignity, respect, and opportunity belongs to everyone equally. And perhaps nowhere is that lesson more visible than in the respect we owe to every member of this community, including the MBM staff who make this place feel home. Knowledge is most meaningful only when it is shared. Education at LUMS SDSB has never been merely a privilege. It is a responsibility to uplift those around us, to question with humility, to lead with integrity, and to leave every place better than we found it. So as we step into the next chapters of our lives, I hope we carry forward more than knowledge. Let us carry forward curiosity that keeps us learning, humility that keeps us grounded, courage that helps us embrace uncertainty, and compassion, most importantly, that reminds us that our greatest achievements are those which we share with others. So as we leave these gates, let us remember that the world does not need mere successful people alone. It needs people who use their successes in the service of others. I would like to share a few lines I personally wrote for LUMS. सुना है एक शहर बसा है, अलग से लोगों को सिखाने का बनाने का, इल्म और हुनर के साथ ज़िंदगी को निभाने का, आगाही कुछ वहाँ से हमने भी हासिल कर ली, ज़माने को समझने की, समझाने की, किसी का हाथ पकड़ कर चलाने की. 4 years ago, I walked into LUMS hoping to leave as a better human being. Today, as I look around the hall, I believe we all have. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring words, Hiba. I'm honored to introduce our convocation speaker, one of our distinguished alumni, Zia Akhtar Abbas, who earned his MBA from LUMS in 1997. Earlier, I spoke about the importance of building strong institutions that expand opportunities for generations to come. Zia's career is a remarkable example of that ideal. After a successful 17-year career in senior leadership roles in Citibank and Standard Chartered, Zia chose to leave his career as a successful banker, first to volunteer at the Citizens Foundation, and then to lead its mission of providing quality education to Pakistan's most vulnerable children. He brought together his training in business administration and his experience as a banker to strengthen and transform TCF's fundraising efforts, working with the TCF leadership team to build one of Pakistan's highest impact civic organizations. Today, as president of TCF, he leads an institution that continues to expand opportunities for hundreds of thousands of deserving children across Pakistan. Zia's journey reminds us that a LUMS education opens many pathways. Some lead to successful careers, others lead to something equally important, a life dedicated to civic engagement and public service, creating meaningful impact in the life of others. I can think of few better ways to live a life. Please join me in welcoming Zia Akhtar Abbas back to LUMS.
Thank you, Ali, for such a kind introduction. And to all the trustees of the LUMS board, the leaders, the incredible faculty members, I see proud parents out in the audience. And of course, the beaming faces representing the incredible graduating class of 2026 SDSB. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Before I say anything else, let me just take 2 minutes for quick thank yous. First of all, to Usman Khalid Waheed Saab. A few years ago, he reached out to me, took such time to engage with me, talk to me about what the issues facing LUMS were, some of the sustainability challenges, and in doing so, he re-engaged me with the institution that I had passed out from. Thank you so much, Usman Saab. I really think that with people like you, so central to LUMS's governance and stewardship, it fills me with hope that LUMS ka future tabnak rahega. And of course, Dr. Ali Chima, who I've always heard of as an incredible academic and a world-class economist and a much beloved teacher, but only had the good fortune to get to know over the last few years as a colleague and a friend. People like Ali are not just assets to the institutions they serve and build, they are national treasures. Just jazbe, mehnat, दानाई, इनकिसारी, मोहब्बत और शफ़क़त के साथ आपने इस इंस्टीट्यूशन को सर्व किया है और जिस तरह इनकी सरबराही की है, मेरे पास अल्फाज नहीं है आपका शुक्रिया अदा करने के लिए. थैंक यू सो मच. like I said, yeah, please, you can clap for Ali. I think he's done an incredible job. लोग मैं अली को अब अपना दोस्त कहता हूँ और दोस्ती में लोग पता नहीं क्या क्या हिमाकतें कर बैठते हैं। सो ये कुछ अली की दोस्ती है, कुछ मेरी खुशकिस्मती कि मैं आज आपके सामने खड़ा हूँ, वरना आई रियली हैवंट डन मच इन लाइफ टू डिजर्व दिस इनक्रेडिबल ऑनर। बट I think the focus of today's incredible celebration is all of you. अगर आप यहाँ खड़े होते तो आपको एक समंदर नज़र आता चमकते दमकते चेहरों का. I know some of you are nervous about all this regalia that you put on, but this is your day. और आज बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो आप सबको. मैं सबसे पहले मुबारक देना चाहूँगा उन लोगों को. मुझे पता है कि आप लोग समझते हैं कि आपने असाइनमेंट्स और प्रोजेक्ट्स और सीपी और डेडलाइंस में बहुत मेहनत की है, मगर आप यकीन कीजिए कि कुछ लोगों ने आपसे भी ज़्यादा मेहनत की है. मुझे माएँ नज़र आ रही हैं यहाँ, जिन्होंने हर रोज़ आपका मुंह धुला के आपको स्कूल भेजा है जब आप रो रहे थे, और आपको गली के कोने तक देखते नहीं वो जब तक आप आंखों से ओझल नहीं हो गए कि मेरा बच्चा जा रहा है और होपफुली अच्छा रहेगा. जब आप अपने टिफ़िन में सामान वापस ले आते थे खाने का, तो आप तो उसको कुछ काउंट नहीं करते थे, मगर आज जो माएँ बैठी हैं वो शायद पता नहीं कितने देर तक उड़ती रहती थी कि हाय मेरा बच्चा भूखा रहा होगा पूरा दिन और कुछ भी नहीं खाया उसने. ना जाने कितनी कुर्बानियाँ देती हैं ये वालदा जो एक बच्चा या बच्ची यहाँ तक पहुँचते हैं. एंड आई वॉन्ट टू फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू to really for a moment remember all the work that takes to get a student into SDSB and through the 4 years, and thank them for the support your mothers have provided you. फिर एक बहुत अजीब मखलूक है जिसको अब्बू कहते हैं, और न जाने क्यों वो शख्स हर सुबह उठता है और किसी कारखाने किसी ऑफिस में जाता है, वहाँ अपने आप को कनेक्ट कर देता है एक मशीन से, लोगों से लड़ता है, दुनिया से नबर्दाज़मा होता है, और इंतहाई किसी बोर काम में अपने आप को उलझाए रखता है. ये बहुत मुश्किल काम होता है और हम आम तौर पे अब्बू की बात नहीं करते और इस काम की भी बात नहीं करते, मगर साल हर साल तक उस काम में जुटे रहना, पैसों की फ़िक्र करना, हिफाजत की फ़िक्र करना, फ़र्ज़ निभाना, ज़िम्मेदारी निभाना और ख़ामोशी से किए जाना. अगर आप आज देखेंगे तो आपको अपने वालिदों की चेहरों पे एक ख़ास खुशी नज़र आएगी, क्योंकि वो आज आप में अपनी उस तमाम मेहनत का समर देख रहे हैं. सो बिकॉज वी डोंट डू इट ऑफन इनफ, प्लीज़ थैंक योर फादर्स टुडे एज वेल. आज आपकी मुबारकबाद के मुस्तहिक आपके टीचर्स भी हैं. इन्होंने अपने आप से बढ़ के आपके लिए ख्वाब देखे हैं, अपने पेशे को, तदरीस को सिर्फ एक पेशे की तरह नहीं, एक इबादत की तरह से निभाया है. आज ये भी उतने ही आपकी मुबारकबाद और आपके तहसीन और हम सब के शुक्रिए के मुस्तहिक हैं. थैंक यू सो मच. और आखिर में आप सब, आपने बहुत मेहनत की है. वेल डन. मैं कभी कभी कहता हूँ कि ये वक्त हमारे वक्त से ज़्यादा मुश्किल है. देयर इज़ मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन, मोर कंपटीशन, मोर प्रेशर, मोर एक्सपेक्टेशंस, और शायद यही वजह है कि आप सब हमसे ज़्यादा ज़हीन हैं, ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिकल हैं, ज़्यादा रिजिलियंट हैं, ज़्यादा केपेबल हैं. आज आपकी कामयाबियों का जश्न है. आप सबको बहुत बहुत मुबारक. आज से ऑलमोस्ट एग्जैक्टली 30 साल पहले मैं भी आप ही की तरह अपनी लम्स कॉन्वोकेशन में बैठा हुआ था, हाफ नर्वस हाफ एक्साइटेड. मैं भी सोच रहा था कि अब्बू अम्मी होपफुली मुझसे थोड़ा खुश होंगे आज, शायद थोड़ा प्राउड फील करें. और सच्ची बात यह है कि ये मेरे लिए लम्स से मेरे जो रिश्ते की एक फुल सर्कल मोमेंट है. LUMS की education and the business school and everything was great, but the real reason why God sent me to LUMS was to find the love of my life. And Amna, who's sitting here, was my classmate and my colleague and my competitor in the LUMS class of MBA class of 97. And now My eldest daughter, Manal, is graduating from LUMS tomorrow morning. I will be sitting there like all of you parents, very proudly, inshallah, seeing her graduate. My second daughter, Zaina, inshallah, is graduating next year. And my son, Shayan, who is just starting his science school undergrad this fall. So I don't think there's any family here who's extracted more value out of LUMS than myself. And this is in every way possible. Thank you, LUMS. I honestly, you can imagine, I have no words to thank them enough. But beyond that, I think the place has had a massive impact on how Amna and I constructed our life and raised our family. LUMS taught us that information is always incomplete, reality is always imperfect. And we have to make the best decisions we can and move forward with courage and positivity. We learned here through the case method that there is more than one right answer. And there can be different people with different views and different lived experiences. And it takes humility and a capacity to listen, to learn from their experiences, and that diversity of views is really important in life. We also learn to be on time and take responsibility for one's outcomes, and that the world doesn't owe us anything, and we should stop complaining and instead focus on energies of expanding our influence, of our sphere of influence, and making things happen. And we learn to set high standards for ourselves, to deal with high expectations, and thus in a society which is often very happy with kaam chalao ya jugaad, we learn to produce quality and pursue excellence. I will always be indebted to LUMS for all of those things. If all of this suggests that LUMS was a hunky-dory place for me and a beautiful bed of roses, let me set that record straight. I come from a family of social workers and labor union activists. हमारे घर में लोग मजदूर और technicians और poets और writers आते रहते थे, हम शाम को उनको चाय पिलाते रहते थे और उनसे बातें सुनते थे एक ऐसी दुनिया की जहाँ लोग एक दूसरे के साथ resources share करते हैं, जहाँ एक दूसरे की मदद की जाती है, जहाँ एक दूसरे का ख्याल रखा जाता है. हम क्लास की बात सुनते थे, हम तफर्रुकात की बात सुनते थे. मैं जब लम्स आया तो यहाँ आरईडीसी में पहले दिन, पहली रात जब हम यहाँ रह रहे थे, बहुत गर्मी थी. कराची के कुछ बच्चे, हम बच्चे ही कहूँगा मैं, हम साथ आरईडीसी में रह रहे थे. और पहले ही दिन, मैं नाम नहीं लूँगा उस दोस्त का क्योंकि अब मेरा दोस्त है वो और बहुत मशहूर है, मगर उसने कहा कि कराची में कोई शख्स अगर भूखा सोता है तो वो सिर्फ इसलिए है क्योंकि वो काहिल है. और मेरा सांस सा रुक गया था कि मैं कहाँ आ गया हूँ जहाँ लोग ऐसी बातें सोचते हैं. 80 की दहाई में कैपिटलिज्म अपने पूरे उरूज पे था. And there was a very famous movie called Wall Street. I don't know if you've watched it. The original Wall Street came out in '87. Michael Douglas played Gordon Gekko. And he made a famous speech. When he was convincing shareholders that he wanted to buy their company, he said, greed, for the lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. So lalach or हिर्स और हवस एक इतना ग्लोरिफाइड कॉन्सेप्ट था कि हमारी लम्स की क्लास में सम ऑफ द बेस्ट एंड ब्राइटेस्ट वुड कोट गॉर्डन गेको. एंड सीपी में वो कहते थे ग्रीड इज गुड. आई कुडंट ब्रीथ. तो मैं लम्स के मैगजीन में आर्टिकल्स लिखता था कि कितना नॉनसेंस किस्म का कॉन्सेप्ट है कि ग्रीड इज गुड. इंसान किस तरह इस तरह रह सकता है. मैं यहाँ डॉक्टर एहसान है नहीं, मगर डॉक्टर एहसान के पास जाके रोना रोता था कि मैं जब बड़ा होऊंगा तो मैं इस तरह नहीं करूँगा और मैं थोड़े से पैसे हो गए तो फिर मैं दूसरों के लिए काम करूँगा. एंड डॉक्टर एहसान's skepticism really strengthened my resolve and determination. And today he quotes that when he introduces me in his class as a guest speaker. But the honest truth is, I came out of LUMS and I had to earn to make my house run. My first salary went into the kitchen and मैंने अपनी अना को साइड पे रखा. और शायद इस कुर्रायर्स के सबसे ज़्यादा कंपेटिटिव, कट थ्रोट और कैपिटलिस्टिक इदारे में जाके नौकरी कर ली जो कि सिटी बैंक कहलाता है. और फिर मैं वहाँ सिटी बैंक में 10 साल और फिर बाकी दूसरे बैंकों में 7 मजीद साल, 17 साल तक मैं बैंकिंग करता रहा. By all standards, I was very successful. We lived abroad for a while. We built a house. But for 17 years, I couldn't properly breathe. So at the time when I was approaching 40, I gave myself a deadline, left banking, and started working for an amazing organization called the Citizens Foundation. We exist so that every child, न जाने चाहे वो किसी भी घर में पैदा हो, चाहे वो लॉटरी ऑफ बर्थ जीते या हारे, उसको वही मौके हासिल हों जो आपको और मुझे और हम सबको हासिल हुए हैं ज़िंदगी में. और आज हम वो इदारा चलाते हैं यही नज़्म-उल-ऐन लेते हुए. That was 12 years ago. Today I am the CEO of TCF, and here's what I've learned from my 30-year journey after LUMS. देखिए, ये जो स्कूल है, हमारे सिस्टम्स हैं, हमारे मीडिया है, हम सबको एक चीज़ें कुछ सिखाता है कि अगर आपको किसी चीज़ में कामयाब होना है तो आपको नरमी और अपने दिल से ये रहम वगैरह निकालना पड़ेगा, आपको टफ होना पड़ेगा, आपको थोड़ा दिल को करख्त करना पड़ेगा. आप ये तस्वर कीजिए, अगर आप फुटबॉलर एक लफ्ज़ है, उसके साथ अगर प्रोफेशनल फुटबॉलर लगा दें तो सडनली आपका तस्वर जाता है कि ऐसा शख्स जो थोड़ा सा अगले को ट्रिप करता है, थोड़ा सा रेफरी जब नहीं देख रहा होता तो एक्टिंग करता है, चीट करता है, ही डज व्हाटएवर टू गेट हिज टीम टू विन. हम ये तस्वर करते हैं कि दुनिया ऐसी ही है, दुनिया बहुत ख़राब है, लोग बहुत ख़राब हैं, हमें थोड़ा बहुत कटिंग कॉर्नर्स एंड पुशिंग एंड शविंग करनी पड़ेगी टू सक्सीड. एक ये तरीका, एक ये इशू है, और दूसरा इशू ये है कि एवरीवन अराउंड अस इज ट्राइंग टू मेक अस अफ्रेड. क्या होगा अगर पैसे नहीं बनेंगे? क्या होगा अगर नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी? क्या होगा अगर हम इस मुल्क में फंस गए? क्या होगा अगर दूसरों की तवक्कुआत पे आप पूरे नहीं उतरेंगे? कुछ साल पहले एक ऑस्ट्रेलियन नर्स जो कि बहुत बूढ़े लोगों का ख्याल रखती थी, उसने एक किताब लिखी, द टॉप 5 रिग्रेट्स ऑफ द डाइंग. And the number one regret was, I wish I had had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expect of me. मसला यही है. मसला ये है कि हम सब दूसरों की बातें सुनते रहते हैं, अपने दिल की बात नहीं सुनते, दूसरों के डरों को अपने डर बना लेते हैं और अपनी पूरी जिंदगी उन डरों से भागते रहते हैं. With all humility, let me just say, there is no reason to be afraid of anything or anyone but God. You are here. You are graduating from one of the world's best universities. You have so much privilege already that has brought you here. There is no race. You will never be unemployed, inshallah. You will be fine. You will realize that unless you self-destruct in some tremendous, spectacular way, you are all set for a comfortable and blessed life. Alhamdulillah, inshallah. The test that all of us face in life, the biggest test, is what we do with this privilege. All of us face this test, and the richest amongst us are those who feel that they have enough. Enough is a very magic word. Enough money, enough things, enough fame and recognition. It is really, really important to take care of yourself, to have a roof over your head, to have a car, to have a good life. It's really important. Don't let me take that away from you. But your enough can be different from my enough. Your car of dreams could be different from mine. But do you have enough? I've seen really tragic things where people who have millions of dollars in their account don't have enough. And they don't have the time to spend the money they have, and they don't have the people around them to spend them with. So don't run a race that somebody else has chosen for you. All I've learned is that for every person who pushes and shoves and cheats and cuts corners, there are 10 people who take care of other people, who work very hard, who sacrifice. इस पूरी लिस्ट में सबसे पहले नाम आता है ऑनेस्टली लम्स के टीचर्स का. ये मुझे उस वक्त ख्याल नहीं आया था, मगर बहुत दिनों बाद जब मैंने सोचा कि ज़िक, एहसान, ज़हूर, वसीम अज़हर, वासिफ, All these people who built the institution, they could have been anywhere in the world. They could have taught their global level teachers and academics. But they chose to come back to their home and build an institution for you and me, for people like us from middle class backgrounds who could be world class in whatever field we chose. If it wasn't for their sacrifice, we wouldn't be here today. And isi tarah, my life's privilege is that today, working for TCF, I see people, good people, everywhere. We have 25,000 people working for the organization and many, many more who volunteer, who donate, who truly spend of themselves, their times and their energy in making the 300,000 plus children in TCF successful in life. Across 2,000 plus schools and more than 300,000 children, our purpose is to remove the barriers of class and privilege and through quality education, make the citizens of Pakistan agents of positive change. ये एजेंट ऑफ पॉजिटिव चेंज, मुस्बत तब्दीली का मुहर्रिक, ये क्या शय होती है? इसको हमने ऐसे डिफाइन करते हैं कि एन एजेंट ऑफ पॉजिटिव चेंज इज अ लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्नर जो सीखता रहे अपनी पूरी ज़िंदगी, इल्म और तालीम और नॉलेज और आगही हासिल करता रहे. ये एक ऐसा शख्स है जो पर्सनली और फाइनेंशियली केपेबल है, जो अपने दो पैरों पे खड़े होके अपनी ज़िंदगी, अपने घर का ख्याल रख सके. और when faced with a moral choice, an agent of positive change thinks of other people. They lean towards goodness. वो अपने से हट के दूसरों का भी ख्याल रखता है. So this is my hope, my aspiration and my prayer for my 3 lakh TCF children, for my own 3 children sitting here, and for all of you. My prayer is that you continue to learn throughout your life with curiosity and humility. मेरी दुआ है कि आप हर तरह से सक्सेस के लिए स्ट्राइव करते रहें एंड वो सारा सक्सेस आपकी झोली में आए जो आप डिज़र्व करते हैं. मेरी दुआ है कि आप सब अपना इंटेंट, अपनी एस्पिरेशंस और अपने स्टैंडर्ड्स बहुत हाई रखें. आप बहुत मेहनत करें मगर अपने दिल को नरम रखें और अपने दिलों में हमेशा दूसरों के लिए काइंडनेस रखें. That no matter where you go in the world, you always look back, come back home and give back to the people and the places that made you successful. And I pray that you remain fearless, nidar, and that you remain true to the voice that's coming out from your heart. आपकी तवज्जो का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
Thank you, Mr. Abbas, for such inspiring words and sharing your experiences, especially about LUMS. I would now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Dawood to present a memento to the keynote speaker. Thank you. I would request the students to please take your seats. You have plenty of time for photographs, especially those standing on the sides and taking photographs. Please take your seats and pay full attention to the proceedings. Thank you. I would now request the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ali Chima, to please read out the citation and confer the degrees to the class of 2026. Class of 2026, please rise.
On the recommendation of the faculty of LUMS, having fulfilled all the academic requirements certified by the registrar, you are now entitled to receive your degree. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Lahore University of Management Sciences, I confer upon you your degree with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations, and offer my sincere congratulations. Congratulations.
Class of 2026, please be seated. I now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Dawood to award the National Management Foundation medals along with the shields and degrees to the candidates of class of 2026 who have achieved the highest academic distinctions in their programs. All of these students are also placed on the Dean's Honor list of their respective schools. I would also request Vice Chancellor Dr. Ali Chima to join the Pro-Chancellor. Sneha Kumari. NMF Gold Medal, first position, Bachelor of Science in Accounting and Finance. Muhammad Hasnat Safdar. NMF Gold Medal, first position, Bachelor of Science in Management Science. Muhammad Awais Hussain. Sayyid Zur Hassan Gold Medal, Best NOP Scholar. Hiba Humayun, LUMS Valedictorian Medal. I now invite the Dean of Suleman Dawood School of Business, Dr. Muhammad Adil Zafar, to take the podium and announce the names of the undergrad students of SDSB placed on the Dean's Honor List.
I now present you the undergraduate students of Suleman Dawood School of Business placed on the Dean's Honors List, BSc Honors, Accounting and Finance, Award of High Distinction. Ali Hamza. Iman Zahra. Maheen Mursaleen. Mia Abdul Rafe. Muhammad Hamza Ghayur. Natalia Nadeem. Sania Faisal Malik. BSc Honors, Accounting and Finance, Award of Distinction, Ahmad Shaukat. Alina Wakas. Ali Gohar. Ammar Malik. Anshara Inayat. Asma Wasim. Ayat Irfan Rana. Fakiha Qasim. Fatima Asif. Hamid. No. Hiba Batul Asif. Muhammad Danial Wakas. Muhammad Ahmed Raza Safdar. Muhammad Hassan Shakil. Muhammad Mujtaba Mohsin. Umar Ahmed Khan. Rabia Azhar. Rafe Rashid. Ritab Hamid. Sabiha Arshad. Sabrina Dad. Sayyid Arish Arshad. BSc Honours, Management Science, Award of High Distinction, Aima Awais Aslam. Aishatus Zahra. Rafia Imran. BSc Honours, Management Science, Award of Distinction, Abdullah Zaib. Ahmed Rahim Haider. Alize Mubashir. Arsalan Abid. Hiba Fatima. Huda Sohaib. Maham Azhar. Mahnur Asfar. Malahim Atik. Marwa Zahid. Momina Rashid. Moeed Ahmed Akil. Muhammad Abdullah Ahmed. Muhammad Azad Zulfikar. Muhammad Habib Khan. Muhammad Hashir. Muhammad Ismail. Muhammad Zainul Abidin. Muskan Fatima. Safa Shivani. Shehbaz Ali. Zainab Musaddiq. Zia Tariq. This concludes the awards of DHL Awards to the graduates of Suleman Dawood School of Business.
Thank you, Dr. Adil Zafar and Mr. Abdulrazak Dawood. Please be seated. I would request the graduates, once you take your degrees and photographs, please return to your seats. I would also request all the guests who are standing on the sides, please take your seats. You have plenty of time for photographs after the ceremony. Please. I would now request Dr. Umair Harun, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Program, Suleman Dawood School of Business, to take the podium and announce the names of undergraduate students of SDSB. I also request Mr. Shahid Hussain to join Dr. Ali Chima and confer degrees to the graduates.
I present to you the undergraduate class of 2026, BSc Accounting and Finance at Suleman Dawood School of Business. Abdul Aziz Malik. Abdul Hafiz. Abdul Rafe. Abdullah Imtiaz Malik. Abdur Rahman Ahmed. Abiza Usman. Abu Bakr Mahmood. Adil Ali. Ahmed Asher. Ahmed Shahriar Lodi. Aliza Arshad Khan. Ali Azan. Ali Muhammad. Amna Tanveer. Anand. Ariba Khalid, Ataur Rahman, Awais Ijaz, Bakhtawar Hassan, Ijaz Ahmed, Iman Ali, Fahad Siddiqui, Fatma Tahir, Fatima Zora, Hamza Tanveer, Haris Ahmed, Haris Mahbub, Hassan Abdul Khalik, Hassan Zahid, Hassan Askari, Hiba Kaleem, Hira Ali Gardezi, Hira Hassan, Hasnain Sami, Huzaifa Ahmed, Huzaifa Tariq, Ibrahim Ahmed Qureshi, Ilyan Shahzad, Ikrash Azam, Irtaza Asif, Junaid Ahmed, Kainat Fatma, Kashaf Kamar, Khadija Qasim, Mahad Saqib, Mahanur Khan, Malik Muhammad Ahmed, Maryam Abid, Maryam Rahman, Mehak Asif, Minhal Harun Kazi, Muhammad Shamir Shoaib, Mohsin Shafi Qureshi, Muhammad
Thank you, Mr. Shahid Hussain. Please be seated. I would again request all the guests who are standing and the students who are standing in the aisles and on the back sides, on the sides, please take your seats. I now request Mr. Usman Khalid Wahid to please join Dr. Ali Shima to confer degrees to the graduates.
Muhammad Abdul Wase, Muhammad Abdullah Shakir,
Please be generous to your support.
Muhammad Adnan Abbas, Muhammad Afwan, Muhammad Ahsan Najib, Muhammad Altamash Khalid, Muhammad Arham Bhatti, Muhammad Arham Janjua, Muhammad Bilal Zafar, Muhammad Burhan Azhar, Muhammad Danial Yusuf, Muhammad Faizan, Muhammad Hamad, Muhammad Ibrahim, Muhammad Muhibullah, Muhammad Qasim, Muhammad Taha Abbas, Muhammad Talha, Muhammad Umar Asghar, Muhammad Uzair, Muhammad Walid Mahmood, Muntazir Hussain, Numan Ahmed Khan, Nishwa Fatima Malik, Ramin Abid, Rida Ali, Rimsha Farhan, Sabir Ahmed, Sakina Bibi, Salia Azimi, Sara Kashif, Shahnur Ahmed Arai, Shahzeb Ahmed Lodi, Shamvil Shabir, Sitwat Vakar, Suhail Abbas Anjum, Sonam Kumar, Sonia Anil Kumar, Sayyid Fahad Amin Mahmood, Sayyid Haider Hassan, Sayyid Hamza Zishan, Sayyid Muhammad Hasnain Shah, Sayyid Muhammad Hassan Kazmi, Tanir Noman Khan, Yarmia Sharoon, Zaim Manik Ali Gondal, Zaid Ahmed, Zaid Nasir, Zaryab Khan, Zoha Wasim, I now present you the undergraduate class of 2026, BSc Management Science at Suleman Dawood School of Business. Amna Yasin, Abbas Anjum, Abdul Ghafoor, Abdul Moiz, Abdullah Ahmed Alawala, Ahmed bin Tahir, Ahmed Mujtaba, Ahmed Javed Awan, Ehsan Javed Iqbal, Aiza Ehsan, Ali Faisal, Aliha Imran, Alize Sheikh, Ali Rayan, Amarul Hassan, Amna Hamid, Amna Murad, Anas Abrar, Anas Ahmed, Anas Murad, Anusha Saeed, Akil Huzaifa, Areen Sohail, Areha Nawaz, Arslan Aslam, Ataullah, Aisha Anwar Sheikh, Bilal Muhammad Sajid, Danial Shiraz, Dilawar Mahmood, Iman Ejaz, Iman Iftikhar, Iman Wadud, Isa Khalil Khan, Fahad Ahmed Qazi, Faryal Manzoor, Fatima Mazhar, Fatima Tariq, Fiza Sajid, Furqan Hamid, Hadi Ullah Khan, Hadia Rizwan, Hafiza Bano, Hafsa Kamar, Haider Ijaz, Hamza Iqbal, Hanzala Ahmed, Hashim Harun, Hassan Ayub Khan, Hasnain Muzaffar Raja, Izza Wasim, Jasim Hassan Butt, Javeria Nawaz, Jazim Mahmood Qureshi, Qasim Imran Anjum, Khadija Alvi, Khatija Rana, Khwaja Abdul Wase, Khushbakt Khan, Komal Mirza, Laiba Fatima, Madiha Chima, Manur Saeed, Masheed Salman Beg, Manal Amir, Maniha Irfan, Maria Mir, Mariam Habib, Mariam Nasir Tareen,
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Usman Khalid Wahid. Please be seated. I would now request Mr. Hasib Aslam to join Dr. Ali Chima to confer degrees to the graduates.
Mariam Salman, Mehak Babar, Meher Yasir, Mehtab Ahmed, Mia Zohaib Ahmed, Moiz Abid, Muhammad Umar Khalid, Momin Mahmood, Momina Ali, Momna Mudassir, Momina Rauf, Muhammad Abdul Sabur Ilyas, Muhammad Abdullah, Muhammad Adil Siddiq, Muhammad Ahmed Khan, Muhammad Ahmed Tahsin, Muhammad Ali Sajjad, Muhammad bin Razwan, Muhammad Fahad Khan, Muhammad Hamza Atar, Muhammad Hamza Janjua, Muhammad Imaz Nadeem, मोहम्मद खिजर रहमानी, मोहम्मद मूसा अनवर राना, मोहम्मद नवाज जोखियो, मोहम्मद उमर, मोहम्मद राफे, मोहम्मद रेहान अब्दुल्ला, मोहम्मद रूहान, मोहम्मद रूहान बिलाल, मोहम्मद साद असलम, मोहम्मद सुबहान, मोहम्मद तलाल, मोहम्मद तलहा वहीद, मोहम्मद तैयब फारूक, मोहम्मद उमैर, मोहम्मद वहाजुद्दीन, मोहम्मद वली अहमद कादरी, मोहम्मद वली हसन सिद्दीकी, मुनीब अहमद अवान, मुजम्मिल हुसैन, नाजिया हसन, नोमान अहमद, नूर मनव्वर, नूर फातिमा, नूरुल सबा, रवा सलमान, रिदा तनवीर पेराचा, रिदा नूर यजदानी, रूफिया शकील, साद कामरान खान, Saad Shaukat, Samia Humayun, Saifullah Abid, Seenam Zia, Shahryarul Haq Haki, Simra Salman Akbar, Suhail Shazim, Sayyid Muhammad Ahmad Naqvi, Sayyid Muhammad Arib Kazmi, Sayyid Muhammad Zishan Nasir, Taha Bilal, Taha Zubair, Talha Aziz, Talia Azaz Qureshi, Ubaidur Rahman, Ubair Nadeem, Umar Nawaz Khan, Umme Ayman, Vania Naveed, Zahra Ghani, Zaid Rashid, Zainab Sabir, Zainab Saeed, Zanab Malik, Zayan Ahmed, Zunaina Hussain, This concludes the award of degrees to the undergraduate students of Suleman Dawood School of Business.
Thank you, Dr. Ali Chima and Mr. Hasib Aslam. Please take your seats. This brings us towards the end of the second session of the Convocation 2026. I now request the Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Abdul Razak Dawood, to give permission to close the second session of the 38th Convocation of the Lahore University of Management Sciences.
I declare the second session of the 38th Convocation of Lahore University of Management Sciences closed.
The academic procession will now depart. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.